It's a tiny country, it has a tiny population, and nobody is even born there. These are just 3 of the things that you will learn about the Vatican City State. Hello everyone, welcome to the GeoFocus channel, and my name is Paul. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vatican City State, or just Vatican City as it's commonly known. Vatican City is an independent state which is under the authority of the Catholic Church. Its head of state is the Bishop of Rome, otherwise known as the Pope. Vatican City is an enclave inside Rome, Italy, even though it is not a part of Italy itself. It is surrounded by walls that keep it separated from its surroundings. With a total land area of 0.44 square kilometers, it is the smallest country in the world. It is only 1/8 the size of Central Park in New York City. It's about the same size as Disney Magic Kingdom in Paris. It also has the smallest population of any country in the world. There are only 800 people living there, and only 450 of those people are citizens. You become a citizen of the Vatican City State if you are working for the Roman Catholic Church and you are assigned to live there. But as soon as you are no longer working there, your citizenship is cancelled. Not all employees are Vatican citizens, but they can become one, and they are given a Vatican passport. And all Vatican passports are diplomatic passports, which might be useful because you can use the fast-track lane at the airport. And you have diplomatic immunity, so you can commit as many crimes as you want and you won't get caught or arrested for it. Until the Vatican cancels your citizenship, that is. Citizens include the Pope, cardinals, clergy who work in diplomatic roles, and other locally based clergy. And there are some employees who are not clergy. There are also some members of the Swiss Guard who are assigned to protect the Vatican. Some citizens and residents are the wives and children of men working at the Vatican. Obviously, the clergy can't get married and have children because that's forbidden by the church, but other employees can, and members of the Swiss Guard can get married and have children. Vatican City citizens and residents come from a number of different nationalities, so what language is spoken in the Vatican? Well, Vatican City has no official language, and the language spoken depends on the 2 people speaking with each other and what languages they speak, but the most common lingua franca is Italian. And Latin is also used for official purposes and for official documents. Vatican City was created in 1929 by an agreement between the Catholic Church and Benito Mussolini. Historically, the Catholic Church had controlled a much larger area of modern Italy, called the Papal States, until 1870 when Italy was unified. From 1870 to 1929, the Catholic Church controlled no sovereign territory at all, and the popes couldn't leave the Vatican. The bad relations between the Catholic Church and the Italian government were mended by the creation of the Vatican City State. And a large lump sum of cash didn't hurt either. So what's inside the Vatican? Well, let's take a look at a map. This area right here is probably the most famous place in the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square. The Basilica is traditionally thought to be the burial site of St. Peter, one of the apostles of Jesus. His tomb is said to be directly below the basilica. The basilica is the 2nd largest church in the world at a height of 136.6 meters tall, 150 meters wide, and 220 meters long. And St. Peter's Square is also huge. It is 320 meters long and 240 meters wide. This huge plaza square is where tourists and pilgrims gather to see the Pope give blessings. Over here we have the Apostle Palace, which is the Pope's official residence. The building contains living quarters and offices, the Vatican museums and libraries, and the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel is most famous for its mural paintings on the walls and ceilings, especially Michelangelo's ceiling mural and The Last Judgment. The Vatican museums are massive, and if you see everything on display, you will walk 14.5 kilometers. It is said that if you spend 1 minute looking at each item on display, it will take you 4 years to see everything in the museum. And by that point, a lot of the exhibits would have changed and there would be even more to see. But it might take you another 4 years of waiting in line just to get inside. Over to the west, we can see numerous palace buildings, churches, and schools situated among the Vatican Gardens. The Vatican Gardens, which were created in the 13th century, cover more than half of the whole country. They're not open to the public, but you can take an organized tour of the gardens. Did you know? Vatican City has the highest crime rate out of any country in the world. Why? Because crime rates are calculated on a per capita basis, and the Vatican City has only 800 people. So who commits all those crimes? Well, it's either tourists or more likely other visitors who come to the Vatican to steal from those tourists. Pickpockets are a huge problem in the Vatican because of the crowds of tourists and pilgrims. We don't know how many people visit the Vatican City each year because anyone can just walk in freely without a passport, but the Vatican Museums and the Sistine Chapel get 25,000 visitors per day, or about 5 million visitors per year. The Vatican is a fascinating place, so you might want to be one of those 5 million people someday. Thank you for watching the GeoFocus channel. You might also want to check out my video on polyglot popes on the LangFocus channel right here. If you have any comments about the Vatican City, leave them down below, and also check out my Facebook, Twitter, and of course my Patreon if you would like to support GeoFocus and LangFocus. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.